Okay, so hear me out. There was no way I was going to do justice to this classic monument to double kick and hurtas with a single pedal and jazz brushes. But I get why the song is kind of the Scheherazade of double kick metal. The vanilla ice cream. The omelet. It's a simple pattern you can use to judge how clean somebody's double kick sounds are. But that's not what this is about. Today I'm covering 4 of the most beloved metal songs with jazz brushes. It's a trope people have been kind of hinting at, poking around, but if you're gonna do it, you have to commit, cheese and all. So I figured who better to take this man bites dog internet meme than a washed up jazz drummer who's burned all his bridges already. Yeah, and on the people with no bridges left to burn scale, if Carl Urban is a 10, I'm somewhere between. Anyway, today I cover 4 beloved metal tunes with brushes. And this is already too much talking for many of you. Stay tuned. Okay, there are a couple reasons I need to cut in here for some educational content. First, fair use. I can only use this music legally if it's educational and I don't use the whole clip. Second, my longtime channel fans would glaze over if I didn't do anything educational here. So, in that spirit, 1 minute brush lesson to commence. So you may be wondering why so many jazz metal drum covers sound so lame. I jest, of course, because to my understanding, there's precisely 1 brush metal cover on YouTube. More on that later. So it's essentially blue water territory. But you may be wondering why so many uptempo brush swing patterns sound DOA. And the answer is 2 things. First, most of the time they're not moving the left hand enough, or they're pushing too hard on the drum. Second, they're not feeling the space between the swung notes consistently, so it can feel heavy. For a quick tip, just reverse your downbeat and upbeat. So you're thinking of the spangalang as the last 3 notes after a rest beat. So 3, 4. That way you'll train your muscles to play with more buoyancy, as you see here. So there are a few ways to approach bleed with brushes. I mentioned there was one other metal brush cover on YouTube, and it's this one. And of course he's got a gimmick to catch the hurtas. What an a**. Just kidding, I respect it. But say somebody calls bleed on a lounge gig, which will happen. There are billions of people on the planet, and NYU exists, so it's only a matter of time before somebody... Anyway, here's how I'd approach that. For all you hurta purists out there, I don't mean to hurt you. See what I did there? Bro, did you just disrespect generations of drummers who ride and die with the hurta? Did you just spit on the church of metal drumming?
Nate, longtime fan who's saying this for your own good. I feel like maybe if you spent a little more time actually practicing the hurtas and a little less time making your videos, they'd be better.
So I'm for sure gonna get those comments. But the sacrilege here is realizing there are two things going on in the song. Maintaining a dotted eighth current against a backbeat, and later in the song, maintaining a 5/16 undercurrent against the same backbeat. And in both cases, I arrived at this right hand swish thing where I alternate a swish with the right hand with the kick drum while I do what Ed Sof calls a fop with the left hand. Which I think sounds damn convincing, especially with Thomas Hakey doing all the work for me. Check it out again.
Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
Of course, when I reached out to some metal friends for recommendations, everybody told me you can't skip Black Sabbath's classic War Pigs. And this song lends itself to jazz brushes better than some. Let's talk a bit about what I was doing there. So one reason Elvin Jones' triplets sound so good over this song is that drummers like Bill Ward were old school, and that like drummers like Mitch Mitchell and Ginger Baker, they were closer to the jazz tradition anyway. Anyway, in the jazz tradition, Elvin Jones was the king of heavy organic triplets of this type. So let me show you the primary things I'm thinking when I play over this song. During the drum breaks, when I play triplets, I'm often playing an idiom like this. So that's kick, right, right, left, kick, right, left. And in context, of course, Bill Ward is playing those famous 30-second notes. And you can hit those, but the other thing I like to do is this. And the sticking for that is left, right, left. So. Got it? Of the modern metal bands like Periphery and Animals as Leaders, helmed respectively by Matt Halpern and Matt Garska, are some of my favorites. Like, if you dig Tigran, it's a short, slippery slope to Periphery and Animals as Leaders. Anyway, let's get to the education. So Marigold's got an odd meter verse structure, where the primary beat's in 7 except for the last beat of the phrase, which is in 4. And the chorus in 4 with some figures. Let me grab the sticks really quickly and show you how I'm abstracting what I do with the sticks to the brushes. 5, 6, 7. So as you saw, a lot of what I do texturally is alternating between the kick drum and the ride cymbal. And if I were picking up the brushes to play this at a wedding, everything you can do with the right hand on the ride cymbal, you can do with the swish and the kick alternating. So 5, 6, 7. And everything you can do with rim shots on the snare, you can do with this sound, which Ed Sof calls a fop, which is essentially a dead stroke when you use the whole length of the brush against the drum. And that's how you play the Marigold beat with brushes. Anyway, if you dug this lesson and felt I've salvaged something educational, not gonna make a commercial plea to you, but I'll give you 2 suggestions. Number 1, if you're interested in learning more about brushes or playing pocket in general, check out the 2 recommendations on your screen. Second, if you'd like to get a free gift from me and get on the insiders list, not a commercial appeal, just click below the player and enter your email address in on the next page, and I'll send you 3 free videos I don't share on YouTube, which I assert will make your playing better in the next 3 weeks than it's gotten in the previous 6 months. Dudes, it's been real. Had an extra special amount of fun during this one. Don't care if hardly anybody watches, don't care if everybody dislikes it. Had a good time. Anyway, peace.